The Alamo Scouts was a reconnaissance unit of the 6th United States Army in the Pacific Theater of Operations during World War II. The unit is best known for its role in liberating American prisoners of war from the Japanese Cabanatuan POW camp near Cabanatuan, Nueva Ecija, Philippines in January 1945. Origins. The Scouts were organized on Ferguson Island, New Guinea, on 28 November 1943. Their purpose was to conduct reconnaissance and radar work in the Southwest Pacific Theater. The Scouts often operated deep behind Japanese lines. They were under the personal command of Lieutenant General Walter Kruger, commanding general of the U.S. 6th Army. General Kruger had previously received faulty intelligence reports from other sources outside of 6th Army. Kruger sought to create an all-volunteer elite unit consisting of small teams which could operate deep behind enemy lines. Their primary mission was to gather intelligence for the 6th U.S. Army. The unit was so named because of Kruger's association with San Antonio, Texas, and because of his admiration for the defenders of the Alamo. The name Alamo Scouts came from MacArthur's creation of a separate command structure called Alamo Force. This force was a shadow command structure of 6th Army and was created to avoid placing that army under the command of Australian General George Blamey. While he was Allied Ground Force Commander in New Guinea and in nominal command of all Allied ground forces, Alamo Force answered directly to MacArthur through Kruger, bypassing Blamey. The Scouts were part of the Table of Organization and Equipment source needed of both 6th Army and Alamo Force. Alamo Scouts Training Center. Accomplishments and Legacy. In the Scouts' first 2 years of operation, they were credited with liberating 197 Allied prisoners in New Guinea. During the New Guinea campaign, Alamo Scout missions normally lasted from 1 to 3 days and were mostly reconnaissance and intelligence gathering in nature. But as the Allies advanced into the Philippines, the unit's mission expanded dramatically, with some missions lasting 2 months or longer. Furthermore, the unit assumed a central role in organizing large-scale guerrilla operations, establishing road watch stations, attempting to locate and capture or kill Japanese flag officers, and performing direct action missions, such as the Cabanatuan POW camp liberation. In January 1945, the Scouts were teamed with elements of the 6th Ranger Battalion and Filipino guerrilla units to liberate 513 POWs in a daring night attack. The Scouts provided reconnaissance and tactical support for the 6th Ranger Battalion during the raid of the Cabanatuan prison camp. The Scouts performed advance reconnaissance of the POW camp prior to the 6th Rangers' raid on the camp. Prior to the raid, 2 of the Scouts dressed themselves as local Filipino rice farm workers. These 2 Scouts then set up a covert observation post inside a shack in the rice fields that surrounded the POW camp. This hidden observation post was located within a few hundred yards of Japanese Army guard posts at the camp's fence line. The Scouts were never discovered by the Japanese during this reconnaissance. The Scouts were credited with the capture of 84 Japanese prisoners of war, and only 2 Scouts were wounded in the mission. While not on missions, Alamo Scout teams were assigned as bodyguards for General Kruger and had specific instructions to kill the general if capture was imminent. Near the end of the war, Alamo Scout teams were preparing for the invasion of Japan, where they were slated to conduct pre-invasion reconnaissance of Kyushu as part of Operation Downfall, but fortunately the war ended. The Alamo Scouts performed 106 known missions behind enemy lines, mainly in New Guinea and the Philippines, without losing a single man. The unit was disbanded at Kyoto, Japan, in November 1945. In 1988, the Alamo Scouts were individually awarded the Special Forces tab in recognition for their services in World War II and are included in the lineage of the current United States Army Special Forces. Alamo Scouts in the BSA. Former Alamo Scouts Sergeant Major Kittleson founded the Alamo Scouts, a local venture scouting unit, in his hometown area of Toetaville, Iowa after his retirement from the military. The organization offers a military-style training environment for local youth. Troop 253 in East Grand Rapids, Michigan has an Alamo Scouts patrol, named in honor of the original unit. Its patrol motto is "Remember," and the patrol patch was adapted from the World War II unit logo.